Hey guys, this is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching doing the trade review for, let's see, what day are we on? July 8th. There we go, Monday. So this is going to be a quick trade review, and then I'm going to do a kind of a mini coaching session for everyone when I'm done. Okay, later this evening, sometime tonight. So I'm going to start off with the basics. So the first thing that I want everyone to see, actually there's two things that I want everyone to see. Hold on one second. There we go. Pop this up. There we go. If you'll take a moment to read this, okay, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to leave it up there for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And there we go. We're done with that. I read it every morning anyways. Okay, first of all, this is a 15-tick NQ chart, right? So what I want everyone to see is today was just a super chop day. You can probably hear my dog in the background. Here we go. This is NQ. And when you look at this, this is a total balanced day. Okay, so part of the difficulty is we keep going up and we can't get any kind of measurable roll back to take advantage of prices coming down. So the market goes in phases. That is coming. Right now we just keep banging out new highs. It can be frustrating, extremely difficult to short. You have to be very, very skilled. It can be done. But that's the first thing I want to point out. And then if you will look at the way it unfolded, especially if you're having trouble scalping or understanding the PA, here's the day. And like most people, when you're looking for a balanced day, you would have looked for a break of a 30-minute swing, and you just couldn't get it, right? We go down 1, 2, 3. We stop one timing. We retrace. This blue area is the point of control from Friday, and we just could not get and maintain underneath it. And you can see what you could have had. It's the exact opposite of what you wanted. See how we kept breaking to 30 minutes and falling back in, and then at the end of the day we broke to 30 minutes, and then hopefully or ideally we would fall back in. But that would be for shorting, right? And what you wanted it to do is you wanted to flip this upside down and have the lows taken out from a higher time frame perspective to get the longs to launch. That being said, you should have been able to find a few trades to the long side this morning and some this afternoon, and I'm going to go through them. So the order that I'm going to go through them on is I'm going to go the 15, the 24, and the 50 cent charts, and I'm going to try to get this done in a 10 minutes. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. So this is the 15-tick chart. Then I'm going to go to the 24. So the primary trade, like I highlighted this morning, I'm going to make it big and easy for everyone to see. The easiest trade on my books, and there's two versions of it. We come down, arrow up on the second bar up, like this, which you can see this took you to profitability, or arrow down into the hole, preferably on a no supply, no demand. That means it's purple or the pink bar, and then you get the second bar right here. That's your entry bar, and you get the lift. That was at 8:30. I did not trade the first half hour. Looking back on this, I wish I had, but you have to make a decision. And in a slow market, the way it works is the first half hour is very tradable. In a fast market, you get blown out. I don't like to get blown out, so I waited. Right? That puts your next trade. So again, you got to remember, I'm not really looking short. Right? So you come down, you get the bar into the hole right here. Right? This is the second bar off of that is your entry bar. It just didn't go anywhere. If you had taken that, you would have been stopped if you're waiting for a 10-point extension. Again, if you'll look, this is 9 a.m. Central Time. I did not trade any of that because it's 9 a.m. Central Time. After 9 o'clock, you can see we get an A leg down, followed by a B leg down. You get the arrow down with the purple bar. Now, this is a modification on the normal trade. You have to wait for the lift bar, so it's the arrow down. These all count as bar 1. Bar 1, bar 1, bar 1. Right here, I can see my my mouse is barely noticeable. Let's see if I can fix this really quick. Hold on a second here. Hold on one second here. So here, this should work, although it looks obnoxious, you can see it. So this is the bar into the low right here. So now I can see that you can see it. So 1, 2, 3, none of these are lift bars. This bar right here, that is the lift bar, that is your entry. It is a 1 bar stop, and you can see the lift to the upside. Now, as the market is coming up, here's where it got choppy, okay, and normally in a market that has pace, you don't get this. First of all, the shorting is harder than going long, and you want to correlate your long with getting to the bottom of the channel. What I mean by that is, everyone has it. Here is the 24 tick. I count this area up here as the top of the channel, the orange channel. I count the blue area, and so that there's no confusion, I will remove the moving average. Hide. Okay, there you, that didn't get it. Hold on one second here. I took it off the wrong one. Hold on a second here. Got it. F6. I actually need that there. So moving average. Unhide. With this giant mouse, I feel handicapped. Let's see if we can't get this. There, now there's no confusion. Top of channel, blue line's bottom of channel. Okay, so again, what I'm looking for is I'm hoping to coordinate. So I'm going to put these two charts side by side. Well, can't seem to do that. There we go. So when I'm at the top of the channel, right, I am looking for shorts. When I'm at the bottom of the channel, I'm looking for longs in a general way, right? So when I get down here, when I'm up here, I'm going, hey, pink bar outside the channel. I'm always looking for that. Over here, that comes back to this. It's not being copied. That's right at 8:54, and you can see we're pushing past. So at 9:11, right, so at 9 o'clock, you can see that I'm already made a trip all the way to the bottom of the channel. That is over here, right? This 9 o'clock coincides with this. I go, I get a purple bar down, second bar lift, and that should have paid you. That's pretty much where I got paid today, okay? Remember, when you're looking at this, a lot of people will say, well, there's so many arrows on there, Simon, but you got to remember, you're not looking for just one arrow. It's arrow, and then bar down. You need 3 elements, and as this algo progresses, it'll just end up showing up only on the bars we want. But I didn't want to wait another month to release this to members so that they could have it and get paid, right? So if you'll look, we're now over here at, let's move it over correctly, 919. That's this area right over here, and I'm looking for the long. And what you will see is no long develops. I'm going to bust my, get it done in 10 minutes, so I'll hurry this through. Okay. Then you will see we come to the top of the channel, or at least we attempt to the top of the channel, right over here. So we cannot get to the top of the channel. In order to trade this, you have to make one of 2 decisions. You're either only going to trade at or beyond the 4th channel, or you're willing to take stuff inside the channel, and that's all right if you were bearish. Your setup came right here at 924. You got the pink bar up. Now you need the second bar down. We had 1, 1, 1. This bar right here is your second bar down, and it was the release for the move to the downside. That was tough because we were above Friday's high, and ES was showing trend down, NQ was showing trend up. It was just a weird day, right? So if someone said, hey, I didn't take that, I would understand. You get to 936, you go, hey, I've got a purple bar outside the channel, right? So I can discuss this with both bars. This setup long here, because you got the arrow down with the purple bar, and then it gave the second bar up. On the 24 tick, this is important to note. When it is slow, like right now, VIX's has to be hovering like around at 10 or 11, 12, something way down there, right? When it is slow, NQ is going to retrace on these 24 tick bars, right? So I'm going to show you how to fix it. If you take it over here on the second bar you're verified, you needed basically from 08 all the way back to 90. Let's just call it 90. It was 91, but whatever, 91, to survive this trade. If you're going to use a 24 tick and there's no range, that's how you have to do it right now. I would suggest holding off on the 24 tick or waiting for a pullback to enter once the setup is verified so that the stop is smaller. That's how I would handle that, right? Or the other way to do it. So I'm going to have to shut off and take my kids to gymnastics, so I'm going to kind of jump fast forward. This entry right here, see this pink arrow with the bar down? That is a valid entry here. So if you're over here at 936, right, and you're like, I know this is long, this has been verified over here, and you take this entry right, it doesn't set up over here, but you take this entry here, this is a stop for me. I'm going to take a 10-point stop on that trade. And then when we come around over here, and so two things I want to point out to the members. First of all, see how this ends up being, this is a verified position, and it gets stopped out right there and then gets apex trapped. That's a valid apex trap for a move to the upside. And then that's your entry right there, bottom line, right? If you're super aggressive, you can enter on the trap bar, but you don't. The whole point of entering on that second bar is to avoid the trap and then the head fake down, which we've all been through. So even on the apex trap, just use the second bar, put a 10-point stop on there, and you get the lift at 952. I'm going to go through. Now, you'll see that we're outside the channel, right? We're looking for the short. See how you get the arrow down on the purple bar? You're like, oh, that's a short. You need the second bar to take the trade, even if you're going to use a very aggressive version of this trade. When you get up here, you'll see you just don't get the entry over here. There is no entry here. This is a valid entry with a 10-point stop, the arrow down on the second bar, right? So there's two sides. It can be up into the top of the channel, or it can be arrow down on the second bar. That is a valid entry for a short to the downside, and you can see that page view. And then here, arrow down into the hole, second bar is arrow up a pink bar, and rip to the upside. And you can see if you'd been trading on the 24 tick, I'm going to show you, this would have been your entry for the short right there, the arrow down on the purple bar. So I'll have to cover the 50 cent later because I have to take my beautiful daughters to the gymnastics class. If you have any questions, you can reach me at TradeandPerform@gmail.com. Again, this is what I'm showing here is exactly what I'm teaching the members in the room to take the trade. I'm just slowing it down. It just takes a little bit to build muscle memory, right? And again, you'll see when you came down here at 1343 how we get outside the fourth channel, right? You don't get the arrow down into the low. You do over here. This bar would be the bar. Then you get the then you get the, I'm trying to see, this stops out, right? This arrow up, that's a valid entry. Stops, trap back in. And the other important thing to know about this is the trap back in, right? The trap back in. Guys, if y'all go do your homework, you'll see that often has a larger extension on it. So there was potential to have a good day there. I got flustered by the slow pace. I did not do as well. I made about 535 in my top step accounts, and I didn't do anything else. I didn't trade my personal accounts. So could have done better, didn't. But I will. What I kept waiting for is for us to break down, and just we never did. I was hoping to get from punches lower, and I interfered with. I let the market come before the process instead of trading the process well. So could have made more, room for improvement. Important note, tomorrow is Fed man, right? So he testifies from 9 a.m. till usually about 1 p.m. So I will not be trading till after 1 p.m. tomorrow. I will open up the room, but I will not be taking a trade till after 1 p.m. It's a pretty simple formula for me on Monday and Tuesday. If I don't trade when the Fed guy speaks, I don't get blown out. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. And I will see everyone bright and early at 8:30 a.m. Thank you.